Hello everybody, 011 here with another tutorial for you. This tutorial is about transporting items in a ridiculously fast manner. I actually found this one out by accident. I think it might be a glitch. I'm currently in version 1.8, so this is the most up-to-date version of Minecraft. So without further ado, I shall give you a little practical demonstration. So we have a chest here. We have a bunch of stuff down there. So we're going to put this stuff in the chest. Where is it all going? I don't understand. It's gone. It's gone. A full stack gone in like 3 seconds. That was pretty ridiculous. But where did it go? Well, it's down here now. So, how does this work? This is a minecart with a hopper. And then this little black looking block right here is another minecart with a hopper. And something that I found out kind of by accident is that hoppers will drain things and load things into other hoppers extremely quickly. Like, ridiculously quickly. So what I built here is just an entire little setup that will take the items, move them to the hopper, or to the minecart with a hopper, and then get it out of the way as quickly as possible so that way you can move just a ridiculous amount of stuff extremely quickly. So, this is kind of how you do it. This right here, you get this minecart stuck. There are plenty of tutorials out here. I'll probably show you guys how to build this. And then this whole section right here, I'm sure you've also seen this in a bunch of other tutorials, is just a Minecraft loading, or a minecart loading system. This stuff right up here, this is a negative edge detector or a falling edge detector. So you've got your input over here, and then you take both the input itself and the inverse of it. And then you take it through 2 repeaters. You set the inverted one to 1 tick, or 2 ticks I should say. The other one is at 1 tick. And then you move them all along, and then you connect that to your output. I've got my output connected over here to this sticky piston with a little fence right here. So this is what holds the minecart in place. And then the input is off of this comparator right here, which is reading off of the box. So when the box is empty, this will turn, well, hold on, let me restate that. When the box is full, this will turn on. Now, because of the way it's set up, it won't actually do anything with the output here, so this will stay on. Now, as soon as the box empties, this will turn off, and then as soon as that you get the falling edge there from it being on and then going on to off, that's when this guy does its thing, and it just sends out a really quick signal. And that's pretty much it. So, in case you missed it, we did just empty this guy, so we'll take a look again. It is completely empty right now. Gonna load it. Oh, let's watch it. Yeah, it's gone. And then that guy just has everything in it. It's pretty simple. Oh, don't need that. There we go. I don't know. I think that's pretty freaking cool. So, now that we've got the loading part down, I also wanted to do an unloading part. Now, I also added on even distribution system, so that way anything that comes through here gets evenly distributed among these chests. I'm attempting to build a furnace array type thing, so that's kind of why I'm using this particular one. But I mean, it's still pretty much the same concept. You've got all of your stuff here, you load it into your minecart with a hopper. You could assume that these are both the same thing. This is where it loads, this is where it unloads. So then it'll go up onto here, it'll get stuck on this detector rail. This will hold it in place. The detector rail will determine if it is full or empty. This is another falling edge detector, and it's connected to this piston here, so it's pretty much the same setup. It's just the blocks are in different places. And then when the cart is empty, this will go back, and then the cart will go back onto the loading thing. So I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty standard. And then what I have down here is this is another minecart with a hopper stuck in a block. It actually doesn't affect anything having this redstone block here. I just use it to power this rail right here. And then this stuff drops strictly into a hopper. Now, going from this minecart with a hopper into this minecart with a hopper, the items will move as quickly as they did in the loading part. And then going from this minecart with a hopper into this hopper here, it will also move at the same speed. However, once you get into the hopper system, it starts moving at the hopper speed, which is nowhere near as fast, but still pretty quick. What's going to happen is these items will then move down these hoppers one by one. We've actually got, well, when there's something in here, these will be lit up, and then it will actually deactivate the bottom hoppers here. So then these items will move one by one across the top until it gets to here. This comparator will say, hey, there's something in here. And then it'll light up this guy, which will then turn this guy off, and then those will allow one item and one item only to drop into these hoppers, which will then be put into these chests here. And then once these are emptied up on top, then it'll fill in again, and then it'll drop down, and it just keeps repeating the process. So enough with the talk. I'm sure you guys want to see it actually work. So we have 64 oak wood in there. We have nothing in that minecart with a hopper. We have nothing in this hopper. We have nothing in any of these chests. Alright. So now, you know how this works. When this minecart is empty, it will go back to this point here. So there it is. It's unloading. And it's unloaded that quickly. Now we're going over here. Now as you can see, I'm pulling off of that bottom hopper in the corner there. So that deactivates this piston here, which allows this to turn on and operate as it normally would. And then every time that this redstone here clicks or turns off, that means that an item has reached the end here, and it drops one item into all the hoppers below it. Alright, now when this goes back, that means that that back hopper is now empty. So then it shuts this off. So now instead of the last items, one each, getting stuck in these hoppers here, the bottom ones, because this is turned off, they'll actually all go into these chests here. So now we had 64, we've got 5 chests. So you should see this chest have 12, and then these 4 chests have 13 for an even distribution. So there's 12, 13, 13, 13, and 13 for our total of 64. So that's pretty cool, right? I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, now real quick, I'm going to build both the unloading and the loading for you. I'm not going to make it, or I'm not going to do all this stuff here because that's just a little bit too much. But it shouldn't be too hard, and I apologize because I'm going to have to go and look back at this a few times. So the first thing that we want to start off with is our rail. On the loading one, you don't need to use any kind of special rails, so you can do that. And then we need a redstone block. Sorry, I'm kind of slow. I apologize. Alright, so that's our basic loading right there. Alright, now we need to get a minecart with a hopper on this block right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a little hole for it and block off these edges. Okay, looks like we're going to load it from this side. Alright, now minecart with a hopper. Alright, so now it is loaded in that block there. So now you can delete all of these other blocks around here. And now for this block here, we're going to build 2 out, destroy the middle one, take a regular piston, I'm failing so hard right now. Okay, let's try this again. Regular piston. Now you can use a button to switch basically anything to put power onto this piston and make it activate. So we've got the chest in there, and now we've got the block and a chest in there. And by chest I meant minecart, of course. Okay, so now that we've got this, we're going to put our chest up on here. So now anything that gets loaded into this chest will drop into this hopper. And then when we have the other minecart with hopper going down to here, it'll go from this hopper down onto this one here and then off. Alright, now, next part. We need the falling edge detector. So, I believe... Sorry, I gotta check some stuff real quick. So we don't need that block, we do need that block, we don't need either of these blocks. Okay. Now we are going to take and put that there. On the other one I actually had this set the other way around. May not bother you, but it kind of bothers me, so I had to fix it. Alright. So now we're going to take our input here, and we're going to run it through a block. On the other side of this block, we're going to take that and put it there. Now we're going to take another block here and another set of blocks here. We're going to put a repeater here and a repeater here. Set this bottom one, the inverted line, to 2 ticks. Grab some redstone. Throw that down there. Now we're going to take this and this, take some more redstone, put it there, and take your final redstone. This is the one that's actually going to control the piston here. If I can get it to control the piston, of course. Now this doesn't have to be exactly the way that I'm building it, it just has to do what it's supposed to do. You can use pretty much any transparent block for this. This will move this fence post back and forth. And that's kind of pretty much it. So we've got our falling edge detector, inverted line, non-inverted line, inverted line set to 2 ticks, input side going over here, output side going over here, and then all this going into the piston here. So now, go ahead, no, not that, we need this, and then we need this. Alright, so now let's test and see if it works. Hopefully it does. Alright, so empty hopper. We're going to put our 64 items in here. They're already loading down into this. Whoops. So yeah, it loaded into here, but because this is actually pulling off of the chest here and not necessarily this block here, which yeah, something to note. I tried pulling a comparator off of this block here, but it reads the block and not the minecart with a hopper, so you can't actually put anything on, or put a comparator on that minecart with a hopper there, so it has to be off of whatever's above it. Okay, so set this guy there. Well, it didn't work because I'm dumb, that's why. Yeah, sorry about that. Son, where are you going? Alright, put this guy back. Okay, so this fence post here has to be 1 block above this here, otherwise it won't do anything. And then we do that, there we go. Okay, now this should work. Now that should stay in place. This minecart with the hopper is directly below this minecart with the hopper, which is directly below the chest. Take this in there, unloads really quickly, and then check down here and all of our stuff is there. So that is how you build this. It's relatively simple. There's a bunch of extra blocks here that you don't really need, like these ones and this one. Okay. So the setup is pretty much the same no matter how you do it. You have your item that you want to unload from. You've got your minecart with a hopper set in the next block, and then you've got the block that you want to unload directly below that. Okay, so that is how we load everything into a minecart with a hopper. And now we're going to attempt to get this to unload. Alright, so let's see. Alright, now we are going to set the minecart on top of this hopper right here. So we have to build a nice little cage for it again. And then do that. And then do that. Alright, so he's in there now. Now we need to take one of these guys. Put him in there, and then we need a button. Okay, so we just move the block into the same location as this minecart. So now we can delete all of this extra stuff because we no longer need it. Alright, now take that guy there. Now this is going to be where our powered rail is going to go. And then we need a detector rail up on this block here. So do it like that. And then like that. So now when the minecart with a hopper goes on top of this block here, it'll drain into this guy here, which will then push it down into the hopper here. And that's how that's going to work. Alright, next. We need to be pulling off of this block here. I usually put a block in the way, in between what you're reading off of and what your where your computer is going to go, just so that way you have like a block leeway in here, and you're not going to have to worry about any other signals going through and doing crazy stuff. Alright, now we're going to place our pistons so we can figure out where we need the output of our falling edge detector to go. So now remember, the fence post or whatever it is that you're going to use needs to be pushed on one block above where this is. Alright, now from here we're going to take, this is going to be where our signal is going to go in from the comparator. Invert one side, and then take your repeater. So this repeater is going to be the non-inverting, this one is going to be the inverting, so take your inverting one, put it on 2 ticks, and then do that. Now we need to get this block up here powered, so we are going to take and put a block there and there, and I think I actually accidentally clicked on that. Yes, I did. Okay. Now we don't need these blocks here. Now we're going to get, this is going to be our output line here. So when we put this block here, this powers this block, which then powers this guy here. Okay. So now I'm going to do that and do that. Need a button and do that. Okay, that's pretty much built. So now we're going to take our minecart with a hopper. Just going to make sure that everything is in place. So cart's going to go here, it'll be powered up onto this, it'll stay at an angle, this will hold it in place. It'll drain into this guy here, which will then push it out to here, so we should pick up all of our items in this hopper when it's done. And let's give it a try. Seems to be working so far. Now this cart is completely empty, and we should see these funneling through at the hopper speed. So yeah, there you go. That is the loading and unloading for items, transporting really fast. Hopefully you guys can figure out some way to use this. You can figure out some way to condense it and make it smaller. And yeah, so I look forward to seeing some of your designs using this little, I don't even know what you want to call it. We'll call it a QUIRK, a minecart with a hopper QUIRK. Alright. So, that was the video. I'm going to see if I can do anything to make my little industrial furnace array thing work with all this. It's going to be huge, unfortunately, but not really much I can do about that. The good thing is that when this is all said and done, you're not actually going to see any of this. No, why are you not working? There we go. Okay, yeah, little note. Sometimes where this minecart is, it's kind of interfering with where the blocks go, so if you play around with it, you can figure out where to put the blocks. So this is what it's going to look like when it's actually done. You're not going to see any hoppers, you're not going to see any blocks other than what you have for your facade, and it's just going to be a single chest there, which is going to unload ridiculously fast. Yeah. So, hope you enjoyed. If you like this, go ahead and like the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, or if you have questions, go ahead and subscribe. I will read the comments and attempt to answer your comments as best as I can. Have a good day, and have fun playing Minecraft.